What up, guys? Jason Geiman here with King of Pressure Washing, Pressure Wash Help. And tonight, we're going to talk about the number one thing that we can do to get sales, to get the higher paying jobs, and why it is important that we do this. And, I've been talking even with Donovan, and, I just had a class with Donovan. And, it's one of those things that it is very important to make sure that we get our reviews. And that's what we're going to hit on a lot tonight. And then just marketing in general. And so I have a special guest on here tonight, Troy. He's with Sotelus, and I met him at the Huge this past year. We've actually done some events. I've seen him at ResponsiCon. I've seen him at the IWCA. And so I've just been, I don't know who's following who around, but I think we're both kind of following each other around. And so we've had some good conversations here, and he has a lot of information on marketing and why it is important. And so this is the number one thing that we need to be talking about. So while we're here, that's new to drop that. Mr. Robert, he's actually here in Cincinnati. We had Andrew Pitts and Savannah, word of advice. Listen to Troy Howard tonight. He knows his stuff. Ask me how I know. Well, how do you know, Mr. Andrew? Actually, that's probably not Andrew. That's Savannah. And so we got Big Time in the house. And George, how you doing? We got Pink Robin from Florida down here. Where'd all that go at? Pink Robin here. But tell me a little bit about who you are, Troy, where you come, what you've done, all of that good stuff.
Yeah, so first off, thanks for having me, Jason. I'm so excited to be here. I love doing this kind of stuff. Man, I've been in business for over 20-something years, working with small business owners, and I love marketing. I love figuring out how to acquire customers, how to give great customer service, and how to help small business owners grow. And that's really what we focused on for the last 20-something years. Go ahead.
So how have you, so you've actually been, for the last 20 some years, that was before almost the internet was out, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Actually, when we started, it was in 1998, and we were building websites, and man, nobody had websites. Like, it was very few business owners had a single website, and we were like, hey, look, this is the future. You guys have got to do this. And I remember, actually, right before that, I was selling Yellow Page ads, if you can believe that. And, people were like, oh, no, I got my Yellow Page ad. That's all I need. And I'm like, look, trust us. Those books are going to disappear. No one's ever going to pick one of those up again. And so, that's how we got started way back in 1998.
Nice. They're saying you're echoing. I'm going to turn you down a little bit and see how that helps anything. Let me know. And they're echoing on him really bad. On his end. So it's not on here. Let me make sure might be getting me too. We'll try this here. Oh, you know what? This is why this is echoing. I know why it's echoing. It's probably my fault. Hold on here, guys. I forgot. I've got technical savvy here. And it's actually coming through my camera here. I think this should take care of it. All right, let's sorry about that. It's probably on my end here. There we go. Let's see what that, so you did the Yellow Pages back in the day, and then you started doing the internet. How has that come around? Is it like something that changed overnight, or has it been a journey through all those years?
Oh, man, it's been a journey through all these years. I mean, it started out with websites and people getting websites and getting their online directory listings. And, even though it's been 20 years, the internet has changed so much, and it's changed so fast that for small business owners, it's really hard for them to keep up with what they need to be doing right now to be successful. By the time they figure out what they thought they were supposed to be doing, they need to be doing two new things. So that's one of the things I love about marketing, and especially internet marketing, is because it's constantly evolving and changing, which makes it a challenge, but also a ton of fun when you succeed.
So that got it fixed. That was my fault, guys. I'm sorry. I got a new road board, and when I went out of town, I turned it off, and I actually didn't turn it on, and that's why it was my fault. So So with marketing, marketing is a lot of fun, and a lot of times people, this is the thing that people struggle with the most in their business, and this is why most people will fail. I was actually talking with a good friend of mine, Paul Gardner. He owns a 11, $12 million sign company, and he was talking the other day that he's bought out most of his competitors. And when it comes to, you would think a sign business, they would know how to do marketing, but really they don't. And so with that said, marketing is probably the number one thing that keeps our business running. And so with that, marketing is a lot of fun. I love marketing. It's kind of a challenge, and it is a lot of fun. And so what are some things as a business that we need to make sure that we're doing to make sure that we're being able to get the jobs?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a lot of stuff we could talk about, but I think one of the most important things that we want to talk about is, your Google business listing. That's a very big part of your business because that's one of the things that you can do, basically mostly for free. And that can give you visibility in your local area. I mean, we could talk about Google ads and things like that are paid forms of marketing. But I always tell people the first place to start is with your Google business listing. Build that first, and build your website so that you have that presence there. And then, as the business grows, you can start looking at some of the other, more expensive forms of marketing.
So what all do we need to make sure our business listing has, and what are some things that will help it get better?
Yeah. So, okay, this is really important. It's going to sound really easy, but I can't tell you how many times that I've sat down with a business owner, been consulting with them, and said, like, "Hey, let's take a look at this. Let's see what you got." And it's like, wow, you haven't done anything really in this area. So, one of the first things, and this again sounds very easy, but make sure that you've actually filled everything out on your Google listing. Like that is so important. And I'm not talking about just the address and the phone number and your website URL. That's where most people maybe their services and then they stop. No, there's a lot more that you can do in there. You can add additional services that aren't listed in the categories that you can choose from. You can upload photos, you can upload videos. That's really important. So those are all areas, really you should go through every part of the listing, and there shouldn't be a single thing that you don't add content in. And the reason why that's important is because Google's entire job is to give consumers the latest and greatest information, right, that they're searching for. So the more information you give Google, the more data, if you will, the more likely they are going to put that in front of people's eyes. So by filling out all those things, it really makes a big difference. And again, putting in another thing that people forget all the time is photos, getting their photos in there. Again, a photo is more content. Another thing you can do with those photos is you actually want to, and these are kind of ninja tricks that I'm teaching you here, but you actually want to name those photos based on your services in the geographic area that you service.
No,
So you don't want to. Oh, yeah,
this
go
is
ahead.
definitely one of the biggest things that people don't understand, and I do a class, and even in my training I show this a lot of, is their Bright Local did a thing in 2019, a survey, and they have, I think, like 40 or 50,000 GMBs, and and the reason why we're shooting for 100 plus photos is because if you only have like 50 photos, you will get, I think it's something like 85 website visits and 10 phone calls. But if you get over 100 photos plus, you'll get 385 website visits, and you'll get like 120 or 85 phone calls. And so it's like a huge drastic jump from that 100 plus up. And so this is why it is very important to do our photos. And a lot of people don't do our photos, and that's a big no-no.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought out those stats. That's perfect. Yeah, because again, and we were talking about like naming the photos. It's so funny that they'll upload unnamed1.jpg, unnamed2.jpg, like, because they're like, I'm not going to take the time to name these photos. But it's like, no, if you actually title the photos, with your keywords, your geographic area, and then you upload that, Google looks at that data. They look at the name of it, and that helps them determine when someone's searching, is this relevant? Should I, show them this listing? So photos, videos is another really big thing, getting those videos up there. And then I would say probably the newest thing that's important to do is those Google posts. And again, I talk to tons of business owners, and so many of them have no idea what a Google post is. And I'm like, oh my gosh, no, you need to learn this and you need to do this. So for those of you who don't know what a Google post is, basically Google allows you to go into your Google business listing and create a post, kind of like you'd create a post on Facebook. And you can post whatever you want in there. And then they'll display it in your Google business listing when people are checking it out. Now, what's interesting though, is they're trying to train business owners to do this. So, being Google, the way they think, they're like, I have a great idea. Let's do this. Let's have somebody, if they post something 7 days later, let's hide it, make it disappear. And then they'll have to come back and post something new there. And, it's like, not necessarily the carrot, it's like the stick a little bit there, but like, hey, come back and use the system again. So every 7 days, if you've posted something, it kind of disappears. They hide it a little bit so nobody can see it, because they want you to come back and post something new. But again, this is an area where you get to put in your content, right? With keywords, with specific things to your services, and you get to post that on the first page of Google. And by doing this, what we found with a lot of our clients is that by doing this, by consistently posting every single week, they've been able to see movement up in the search results for their Google listing, which, like you said, it means more jobs.
Yep. And so I was wondering to see who was going to say this first, and Truth Seeker wins. It looks like they're in the same room. We're in the same room about a couple thousand miles away.
Exactly. It's a very big room.
Little pressure washing, but different rooms. Yeah, the bricks aren't quite lining up. Yeah, so it is live. I don't see nothing. It is live. But so that's a good point. And this is one way that definitely can drive business to us and give us a lot of business. And so, I always talk about it as being social proof, and it is very important that we are social proof in our business. It's not just what we're putting out there, but we're also putting what the customer is also putting out there. But one thing before we go there is, what kind of photos do we need to push? Do we just need to put before and after photos, or do we need to put, before and after photos, the photos of your truck, the photos of your employees? In fact, I would probably say the photos of your employees are probably more important than anything else. Would you not agree with that?
Yeah, I would agree. Absolutely. I mean, before and after pictures are great because you're displaying your work, but giving them that personal side of like showing the trucks of like, oh, hey, they got a nice truck. It's nice. It's wrapped. It's everything. That gives them a little more confidence. Showing the employees that are going to show up, and having them in, your shirts and things like that. Again, a little more trust. And again, and if you can put a face to a business, there's always going to be a little more trust there. So absolutely, you should be in those pictures. Your employees should be in those pictures as well.
And, this is one of those things too. I see a lot of people want to do like the nasty before and after pictures, and that's good. But, in reality, that's not always our customer. We want to make sure our customer is the ones of the clean house. And so this is where I would rather post the house of a $500,000, $500,000, $750,000 house that we're cleaning versus the trailer park that has this really dirty, nasty before and after, because at the end of the day, that's usually not our customer. And so we want to show pictures of maybe it's not so dirty. And so that is an important thing to think about when we're doing these before and after photos. Would you, and this is something that I think a lot of people struggle with because they're like, man, this is a great before and after. But, actually, I just talked to actually somebody commented on one of my videos earlier, and I was reading it, and, she was saying, this was the hardest thing because we were undercharging first off. And then, we were showing these nasty before and after, and that really isn't our customer. Our customer, is how they want to keep it clean. They're not waiting to where it's getting so nasty and then taking that photo of that. Our customers wanting it clean. And I've actually seen the sign that Savannah and them posted, or they sent me that, we want to be the cleanest house in the neighborhood, or we're cleaning this so it's going to be cleaner than your house. And so those are the people that we want to look up and do. And so with that, what are your thoughts kind of along those lines?
No, I agree with you 100%. You want to attract the clients that you want, not the clients that you don't want. So in those situations, and you may say like, well, I don't have very many clients that are those big, $500,000, $1 million houses. Well, you know what? That's okay. Do the houses that you do get, but again, you can take a picture of your truck in front of a nice house. So you can pull up on a street, take a picture of your truck, which is your company branding, in front of a really nice house. You can, and when you do go into those really nice houses, get photos, get pictures, and put those on your website. I have one of our clients, he's a carpet cleaner that does, he also does natural stone restoration. And man, you go to his website, and he's not showing nasty, disgusting carpet to super clean carpet. He has pictures of multi-million-dollar houses on his website, and his van is in front of a multi-million-dollar house. And when you go to that website, you go, oh, this guy is the guy who caters to the rich in Scottsdale, Arizona. I mean, he pushes that brand and he gets those jobs.
And you can even put your picture in front of the subdivision that goes into those nice homes, and kind of have that
Yes.
as the backdrop of, hey, look, just so happened my van was parked in front of this subdivision sign.
Exactly. No, absolutely. Especially because, like what you're saying, I know we have clients of ours that they want to target it. They're like, man, if I could just get into this subdivision, that would make all the difference in the world for my business, because that's where the clientele is I want. And I've said the exact same thing to them. Why does your Google business listing not have a picture of your van in front of their neighborhood entrance?
So I've been like I had said this earlier, but it might have been echoed. I think Google My Business is definitely one of the biggest things to get more business, and I even think that I know some people that have been running ads, and I've always ran ads, and they're getting better ROI from the time they're spending on these Google Business Profile, which is the new Google My Business. So if we got any people in there in here. But it is definitely something that will help your business grow. If we can get it in that map pack, it is definitely something that it will make your business get more clients that are higher paying clients. And that's the most important part of it, is getting our tickets up so we can have, higher tickets, and so we can grow. And so we're not just trying to get the bottom customers. We want that $300-$400 an hour so we can keep growing and keep doing those things. This is a good question going back here from Jeremy here. He put, how many posts is it too many per week?
Okay, that's a great question, because again, here's kind of what happens with Google. You post once and it stays up there for 7 days, right? You post twice and it will put both of them up there, for those 7 days. You post a third time and usually that third post knocks your first post off the page. So I always tell people, really what you want to do is you want to maximize those posts' visibility. So posting twice a week is usually good enough. And if you want to stagger it where you post, on a Monday and then you post your second one on a Wednesday, like that. But there's really not, in my opinion, not a lot of value to just go put 30 posts up that nobody's going to see. Make sure they have visibility. So posting twice a week, 2 to 3 times a week max, is what I would suggest.
And then one of the other things here that I've seen somebody posted, and I do agree on this one, posting and products. We might not think we have a product, but it actually works pretty good because when we look at the knowledge panel, those products, and you can put like roof cleaning on the picture, and it talks about roof cleaning or house washing or pressure washing. That is something that we can do that will also help us. It's not only the services that we're doing, but even the products, because when we go to when we type in and we hit the on the map pack and we hit one of your name, it comes up and that's called the knowledge panel. And when
Yeah.
we look at the knowledge panel, we want to make sure it's full of everything, and that's where Howard, or that's where Troy was saying, we want to make sure everything is filled out, and so we want to make sure it's all filled out because we want to give it as much information as we can.
Yeah, and I was gonna say the other thing too that you can do when you're doing those Google posts is you can also post events, which probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense in this industry, but you can post offers as well. So I always suggest, if you've got some offer that you're doing, make sure that it's on your business listing, because even if they don't visit your website, even if they don't pick up the phone and call you, right? You're still getting an offer in front of them if they visited your Google listing. So offers is another great post, because if you're like, I don't know what I would post twice a week, great. Do one post about your services and then do an offer on there and just keep doing that over and over and over again.
Jason just put, I'm at Disney right now and just wanted to say we love Sotelus. And so we're going to talk about Jason here in a little bit, but I haven't got to that point yet. So Jason started using Sotelus right after the Huge, which would have been August. And I know he's gotten several reviews, and we'll talk about more about that in a little bit. But I just wanted to hit on that aggravating more than anything. Canva.
Well, and real quick, we love Jason too. So I've in case he jumps off because he's riding the teacups or something, we love Jason as well.
Canva is a great way for creating a post for GMB. That is definitely give you some different things. I don't know if they've got it yet, but they may even have it where you can post from Canva. I know that there is some tools that you can post from different ways, but that might be I don't know if they got it from there yet. I use a tool that I like to use, and I've kind of hit on here lately, is metrical. Is that way I can schedule my post out and make sure that it's coming out, and I can do it to Facebook, LinkedIn. I can do it in a bunch of different things, but I can also post it out through my Google My Business. Went to the Huge convention ready to buy a big shiny piece of equipment, then realized what was the most valuable to our business. Signed it was Sotelus. What a great tool we have. Let's hit on that, because tell us a little bit about the tool that you all use or you all are part of.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what Jason's talking about, by the way, thank you, Jason. I really appreciate that. It was so great meeting him, his family, everything at the Huge. They're awesome. A little bit about Sotelus. Basically, what we did, again, we've worked with for the last 22 years in marketing, and we just listened to our customers. And about 6 years ago, our customers said to us, like, man, we're having a hard time getting our clients to do reviews on Google and Facebook and all these other things. And, is there any way you guys could help us out with that? They were clients that used other services that we offered. And we said, yeah, let's take a look at it. So we came up with what we call a product we call Sotelus. And basically, Sotelus helps, small business owners capture reviews and referrals from their clients in less than 30 seconds using this Sotelus app that you can put on your phone. And not only do we help you get reviews on Google and Facebook and Yelp and any of those written review sites, but we're also the only verified video review platform in the world, so that you can literally on the job record a video of the work you just did with the customer talking about how great their experience was, and then it instantly is turned into marketing for you. And that's one of the things that Jason does. He does an amazing job. I don't know if we want to talk about the super review yet or save that for a little bit later.
No, we can, if we get some likes, we'll talk about it. We got to get up to 25 likes, and then we'll talk about Jason's little secret.
Okay. All right. So I'll tell a little bit about more Sotelus while we're getting those likes in. And so basically, Sotelus helps you do this. It helps you automate it, ask the customers not only for the reviews that you want, but then it also helps you automate asking your clients for referrals as well. So one of the things it does is when a customer finishes a review, it will then ask them automatically to share that review they just gave you on their Facebook page in front of their friends and family. And what's cool about it is when they click the button to share it, it not only shares the review they just gave you, but it actually will take a special offer that you've put in the Sotel system and it will attach it to that post and it will post that. So now not only are they saying, hey, I love this, power washing company and they did an amazing job on my property, but here's a discount for anyone who wants to use their service as well. And then any of their friends or family can literally click on the post, claim the special offer, and then we immediately notify you, hey, Bob just claimed your special offer. Here's his email, here's his phone number, and he was referred to you by Sally. So it automatically basically leverages your client's social media to generate new jobs for you. And that's just a part of the system.
So this is a huge part of the system, not just for Google reviews, but this is huge because this is not only you putting it out on your own social media, but it's actually putting it out on their social media, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
So they are saying, so what happens is they will actually be saying the video review of, hey, Jason did amazing work. You should basically hire him. And this is going out on their Facebook page, their stuff, correct?
Yes, exactly. With an offer from Jason.
And how big, how powerful is this?
Oh my gosh. It's amazing. Like the amount. So I want people to think about referrals for a second. When you ask one of your clients for a referral, how many of them immediately give you a referral? Probably a small percentage. And the reason why that is because we kind of put them on the spot and we make it difficult for them to give us a referral. And I'll give you a perfect example of that. I had a guy come clean the carpets in my house, did an amazing job. And at the end, he says, hey, Troy, is there anybody, friend or family that you know that needs their carpets cleaned? I'd love a referral from you. And unfortunately, I said, well, no. And he's like, oh, really? And I'm like, well, yeah. I said, because the problem is I don't know who of my friends and family need to get their carpets cleaned. I said, and even if I do, like, let's say my sister's carpets are disgusting. I'm hesitant to say, hey, here's my sister's phone number. Give her a call and tell her her brother said her carpets are disgusting, right? Like, that's not going to go over very well. So he didn't give me an easy way to do it. With this system, what we found is they click a button, they share it to their Facebook page, and they never think about it. But you've reached their circle of influence, and now any one of their friends or family are like, you know what? I do need my carpets cleaned, and they can claim it. I mean, we had one of our clients who's a chiropractor. He had just 2 or 3 people share it on their Facebook page, and he landed 12 new clients worth $20,000 in the first 30 days. Like, it was crazy. Because again, he wasn't trying to drag a referral out of them. They just naturally pushed it out to everybody they knew. And then the people that were really interested claimed the offer instantly.
So what if you didn't have a tool? What are some ways that we can maybe get our customers to be able to give us a referral at that point?
So if you don't have a tool like the Sotelus system, what would I suggest?
Yes.
Okay. That's a great question. There's a couple of different things you can do to get that referral. One is give them an easy way to do it. Give them a card or something like, hey, listen, while I finish up these last few things, I'm going to give you a card. If there's anybody that you would like to refer over to me or you think might be interested in this, go ahead and put their information down. Another thing to do is give them a reason to refer somebody over to you, meaning like, say, have an offer. So it's like, hey, again, on that card, you can have a special offer of like, hey, look, we love referrals and we like to, give a discount to your friends and family. So if there's anyone you'd like to refer, just go ahead and put their information on this card and we will guarantee that they're going to get this special deal. And then also reward them for doing it. I tell them like, hey, you know what, by the way, everyone that you refer and that actually, signs up for the service or gets a cleaning or whatever it is, I'm going to give you X% off of your next cleaning, right? So hopefully By the time I come back this next time, you're getting the service absolutely free. I would love to do that for you. So you give them a reason to want to refer. I mean, because, you almost make them feel special. You make them feel like a little influencer, if they will, like, oh, wow, like, I've got this great influence and I'm going to get these free services. So give them something, give them a reason to do it on top of just feeling good about helping your business out.
So obviously it also will post it to Google My Business or Google Business Profile, and for the Google, and you can also do it to Facebook. Is that correct?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So our system helps you get the reviews on Google. We're also the only review platform that's done an integration with Google where we will actually do those posts that we've talked about. We take one of your 5-star reviews every single week. We create a post and we automatically post it in there for you. So you don't have to do it. If you have a special offer, we automatically post your special offer in there every single week for you. And then we track the statistics on those posts and actually report those back to you. How many people checked it out? How many people claimed your special offer? So, it's really important because we know you should be doing it, but we also know most business owners are really, really busy and they're not doing it. That's why you have a system that you schedule yours out, right? So we automatically do that for them. And then again, our system will automatically share your reviews. So let's say you get a new video review on Sotelus. Our system will automatically take that video review, upload it to your Facebook business page as a post, and it will share it there. So it will create social media content for you that you don't have to create, because again, a lot of times we're really, really busy. We don't have time to be posting stuff to our Facebook business page, but we know there should be content going there, and our system automatically does it.
So obviously we know that Google reviews are very important, but what would you say that a video review, how much more do you think a video review would be more important than even a Google review? Or what's the power of a video review?
That's a great question. So this is really important because first off, I think last year we were up to 70% of all internet traffic was video last year on the internet. So video is what people want. Think about the last time you went to a website. Do you really want to read through an entire website? No, you're hoping there's a video on the website that you can watch that's going to give you the information you need. So video, it's what people are looking for. So the power of a video review leverages that because people would much rather watch a video than they would read a written review. The second thing is you can transfer emotion through a video. Right? You can't necessarily, it's very difficult to transfer emotion through written word. Like that's why writers are, the best writers in the world are experts at it, right? And not everybody's a good writer because it's difficult to get emotion to come through the written word. But through video, it's almost instantaneous, and that's the power of capturing video reviews. When you can capture your client's success story, their emotion about how much they appreciate what you did for them, the service you provided, that goes a million miles. I'll tell you about one of my favorite video reviews. It was this lady and she just had her carpets cleaned. And the owner of the company said, hey, would you mind just doing a real quick video review? We'll record you. And she's like, oh, no. I don't want to be in front of the camera. I don't have my makeup on. And he's like, oh, okay, no problem. I'll tell you what if we just record the carpets we just cleaned and you can just talk behind the camera and share your experience. And she's like, yeah, I'll do that. So she grabs the phone, right? And he uses the Sotelus app on his phone, starts recording, and she's showing the carpets. And she's like, oh my gosh, like I had my husband spilled red wine on the carpet right here. And it was ridiculous. And I thought there's no way anybody can get it out. And then I called these guys and they came and they got it out. And she's like, and look at that. And then she's like, oh, and my stairs, you have got to see my stairs. And she starts running up her stairs. And without even thinking about it, she turns the phone and now the phone is facing her, right? And she's on camera and she's like, these stairs are awesome. You got to check this out. Like that video, I can't tell you how many times that guy he told me, he goes, every single time I get a call, he goes, it's like the first thing they say is, oh my gosh, that lady on your website, the one with the red, the red wine stain, that video was awesome. That's why I'm calling you. So it's 1,000 times better than just written word.
So how much is one video or one picture worth?
Oh, well, they say that a picture is worth 1,000 words. I would say a video is worth a million words. You just cannot compare the power of a video to a written review. And again, I'm not bashing on Google reviews. I love Google reviews. We get Google reviews all the time. We get thousands and thousands of Google reviews for our clients. But what we've seen is, and our clients have come back to us again and again and again, and they said the comments, what people always comment on are my video reviews. They don't say, I loved that Google review that you got. It's, I loved that video from that client you got.
So what are some things that we can ask to try to get, or what are some things, how should we ask to be able to get that video review to be genuine and, you know, to hit all the things that we wanted to hit on?
Okay, that's great. So here's how you need, this is what you want to do to set up getting a video. First off, and I suggest this with every business, right? The first thing you need to do when you go into someone's, or you go to someone's home, you need to explain to them, and this is my little script that I would use. Like, hey, you know, this is, my name is Troy. I'm the owner of the company, and we are a 5-star company, and we believe in 5-star service. So what can I do today to make sure that you get 5-star service? And then I have them tell me what they really want. And this is important because you may say, oh, I'm going to clean, their house, and I'm going to make sure get this area off. This area over here is really dirty. So I'm going to make sure I hit that. But in that may be what you think they really want. But what they may really want is, man, like, I'm having a party in my backyard and we're going to be on the back patio, and I want the back patio to look amazing. So by asking them what they really care about, you now know what to focus on. And so then I wait for them to tell me that, oh yeah, here's the situation, the back patio, blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. And then I just tell them, I just say to them right then, okay, great. So what I'm going to do is I am really going to focus on that back patio today. I'm going to make sure that it looks awesome. Now, all that I ask from you is that when I'm done, and if I've given you that 5-star experience, I'm just going to ask you to take 30 seconds to do a real quick video with me, showing off the work that I did and you sharing your experience. So now I've created this situation where they kind of owe me, right? They told me what they really want. I'm going to give them what they really want. And now I want to ask for something back in exchange. And it works really, really well. And the great thing about it is, now you're creating that situation where they're going to give you that review. And then again, now you already know what they're going to be most excited about. So then you include that in the review to amp up their energy and get them excited. And a couple other things you can do too is, before you record the video, there's nothing wrong with, asking them a couple of questions, about it. Because sometimes when you ask people for a review, they're kind of scared because they're like, oh, I don't know what I would say. Right. And they're like, oh, I'll do it later, because they just don't know what to say. So here's what I always suggest too. I ask them, I say, hey, what is it that you loved most about our service today? Oh, well, I really loved that you did this amazing job on the patio. Okay, what was it about the patio that you loved? Oh, well, we had these stains over here and you got those out and it looks so good. And we have this party coming up this weekend. Awesome. Okay, great. Would you mind if we just took 30 seconds, did that review really quick? And all you got to do is say exactly what you just said. We're just going to talk about the patio. You're going to talk about how you have the party coming up and how we got the stains out that you were concerned about. And they go, yeah, I can do that. Right. You just gave them a script of what you wanted them to say, but you asked them to tell you what they thought so that you could create your script and then tell them what the script was. But it's their words, right? So now they're not fumbling going, oh, they are great and I really enjoyed their customer service. No, you just told them what you want them to say by taking that and twisting it around and giving them a script back.
It really works well. Robert just put on here, I first saw video reviews last year when a painter I used to follow online started doing it. He would get a quick 30-second video from the customer while they were thrilled with the result. And I thought, he put, I don't know why that keeps doing that to me. And then the next thing he put on here is, and I thought, dang, that's a great idea. And it is a great idea, because again, video is huge. And where can we put these videos at? Are we just going to put them in one spot, or where do we want to post these videos?
Yeah, so great question. Number one place you want to put those videos is you want to have them on your website. You need to put them there for multiple reasons. One, they're going to help your conversion rate on your website. Two, they're going to get people to spend more time on your website. And we know that the more time someone spends on your website, the better chance you have of your website moving up in Google's organic rankings. So if you're trying to get on that first page of Google, putting video on your website is a great way to help that happen. So that's first and foremost. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to have those videos on your social media sites, your Facebook business page. You can share them in your Google business listing. You want them to be anywhere that someone is going to go and learn about your business. Because again, the odds of them watching a video, it's one of the first thing they're going to do. If there's a video they can click on in your marketing, then do it. If you're doing landing pages, they should be on your landing pages. I mean, anywhere you can get them, put them there.
Because that's not saying how great you are. That is Miss Jones saying how great you are.
Yeah, and let me give you, I love that you said that. Let me give you guys a stat real quick on that. This is crazy. This is going to blow your mind. 88% of consumers believe a review online is as good as if their best friend recommended that company. So almost 9 out of 10 people think that a review from a total stranger is as good as their friend giving that recommendation. And if you add a video into that, it's 10 out of 10 by far. I mean, because again, it's a transferring emotion. There's so many benefits to it.
Truth Seeker asked a great question. Do you want to shoot of just them only, or is it better to get ourselves in the screen as well?
Okay, that's a really good question. So what I always tell people is you have 3 options when it comes to video. Number 1 is just record them in the video, sharing their experience. And if you can do that, that's great. If they're a little hesitant to get in front of the camera, record the job you just did with them talking behind the video. That's another great way to do it. The third option is, again, if they're a little hesitant to be on video, you do what we call group mentality. And I want you to think about this. How many times do you just take a picture of yourself? You don't, right? I mean, well, the younger generation, they'll take a picture of themselves all day long and do 500 of them. But us, right? The people with the money, we don't do that, right? You're not likely to just, if someone came up to you and said, hey, can I take a picture of you? You're like, no, why, weirdo, right? But if someone says, hey, we're taking a picture, a group picture, get in this picture and we'll take it, you're very likely to get into that picture because it's not just you, right? The attention's not just on you. So what I teach people to do is if they're a little hesitant, then say, hey, look, let's just do a video together. You and I will stand here. I'm going to record this video of us. And then I'm just going to ask you, hey, how was your experience with our company today? Oh, it was awesome. That was so great. What did you love about what we did today? Oh, I love that you did this. Would you recommend our company to your friends and family? Yeah, I absolutely would do that. So you can totally do a video like that. That's a great video. So if that's all you can get, do that for sure. But again, even if you want to just kind of mix it up and have different videos, that's a great way to do it as well. Because again, you're personalizing it not only with your client, but you're showing your personality as well on the video, which helps people connect with you as an owner as well.
Jason just got off the teacups. Mom's upset. Almost made her throw up. So while we're on Jason here, he talks about a super review. What is a super review?
Okay, so I'm going to give Jason full credit for this. Jason invented the super review. He's the one who invented this, and I think it is awesome. And basically what Jason did is, he is a go-getter. And he goes, look, I'm not just going to get a video review from these people or just a Facebook review or just a Google review. I'm going to get a super review, which means they're going to give me a Google review, a Facebook review, and I'm going to get a video review from them of the work I did before I leave the job. And he has done that, and I love it because there are people out there, especially, we work with 5,000 businesses in 29 countries. So we work with a lot of business owners, and every once in a while, I get that one business owner that's like, oh my gosh, my guys, they can't get reviews. Nobody wants to give a review, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh yeah, let me tell you about Jason. Jason walks away with 3 reviews from every single job site, and Jason is crushing it. So if Jason can get a video, a Google, and a Facebook, there is no reason that you can't get a 1 review from your client when you walk out the door. And again, think of the power of that. When someone goes and they see a video of one of Jason's clients talking about what an amazing job he did, and they see the work he did, and then they also see the Google review from that person talking about it, and then if they go to Facebook, they see the Facebook. I mean, like there's no way that people can say no to Jason.
So he also put, Sotelus has many features that help us stay prolific, consistent, and relentless. And this is important because, it's hard work. Don't get me wrong. Growing a business is not easy. It is hard work. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. And it takes a lot of impatience or patience of, things don't always happen. Things never always go the way you want to. And it's real easy to get off the consistency and even the relentless of keep flipping rocks and keep trying and trying and trying. And even if you are getting told no, you don't stop doing it. You keep going, you keep doing it, you keep going, you keep doing it. It gets hard, you keep going, you keep doing it. And guess what? He's up to almost 130, I think, reviews, and he's averaging now. A guy that a year and a half ago was telling me that you can't make money in Florida because there's only $99 guys. He's hitting $1,500 and $2,000 days every day that he's working. He's a full-time fireman, so he's only working, 3 to 4 days a week. And last year he was just shy of $200,000 as a pressure washer, as a one-man band, a solo guy. But he's killing it. Now, I say that his wife does help him on the backside and do some stuff of, that kind of thing. But it's still a husband and wife. They did almost right at $200,000 this past year by doing the hard things and making it happen in Florida. Like I say, he called me when he first came. He's like, Jason, you can't make money in Florida. And now he has changed his family's life. He's changes, he got into my course. It was his last $600 and it was food or getting in my course. He got in my course and now he has changed his family tree by doing the hard things, by being consistent, relentless, and prolific, and he works on his 5-star review. He does those hard things. He makes it happen. And so, I see people be like, well, you can't do that here. You can't do that here. And that's the biggest lie at the end of the day. What do you got to do? You got to do the hard things. Get those 5-star reviews. That's going to help grow your business bigger than anything. That's how we can get high dollar tickets, by having 100 5-star amazing 5-star reviews. And when you do the little things, that's going to come out in those reviews. If you're just like, I'm here and I'm gone, and you don't do a lot of the little things, and the little things go from starting on your website to when you're talking to them on the phone, to when you're talking to them on the job, when you're finishing the job, and the follow-up afterwards. And it's very important on what we need to do to be able to grow our business.
Yeah. So if I could throw something in on that real quick, Jason, there's another study that was done, and it showed that 9 out of 10 people said they would pay more money to guarantee a better experience. And so if you can show your clients, your potential clients, that they are going to get a better experience with you, then you can charge more money for your services. I can't tell you how many of our clients have said, you know what, one of the best things that's ever happened to me since I started building up my reviews and my social proof and everything, and I started utilizing those in my marketing, is people don't ask, how much is this going to cost? They don't care about price anymore. What they get instead is, hey, I saw this review. This person said you did an amazing job. When can I book you? Price does not become a question when they know they're going to get a superior experience over any other person that they could hire. And I mean, we see it day in and day out. So exactly what you're teaching, what you're saying is so true. If you don't want to compete with the $99 guys, then prove to the world before they even get on the phone with you that you're worth way more than $99.
This is pretty awesome here, Street. Thank you, Jason. Just by watching your videos and following everything you say, I made $12,000 my first month. Thank you again. It works, guys. It literally works. And I'm not even making this stuff up, guys. It works. You just got to do the hard work. You got to go do it. Sotelus, if you want to go check it out, I put a link down in here. I don't know if you said if you write King in, you can get 200 or half off of the first whatever, right?
Yeah. So basically, what we did, because again, we're really thankful that you brought us on with your group. We love working with small business owners. We love the power washing industry. So what we've done is, you've got that link down there. Normally, our system is $199 a month. That link that you have automatically discounts the service down to $99 a month for life. So everyone gets in your group, everyone gets a $100 discount for life through that link. And then the other thing we wanted to do for this group was there's a promo code, which is just King, King, all lowercase. And if you put that in, that will cut the setup fee in half. So it'll save you an additional $200 there off of that setup fee. And the setup fee is there to make sure you are successful. Like, we give everyone who signs up with our service a success coach. That coach is literally there to make sure they get everything implemented, follow up with them every week for the first 4 weeks, and help them to get their employees trained, to get everybody up and running, and to make using the system a part of your culture, so that you just make more and more money every single day using it. So all of that's included. And again, because of you, Jason, they get those huge discounts.
So one last thing before we jump off here. Obviously, we know Google Business Profile is a big thing, and we want to ask for our reviews and stuff. Is there anything that we can do to help get more reviews?
Anything that we can do to help get more reviews? Well, I mean, the obvious answer I would say is put a system in place, right? If there's not a system, there's not success. I mean, that's what it comes down to. If you want to be successful in business, you need to have a system in place. So whether that's utilizing our system to help you get those reviews, or whether you're doing it, you need to have a system, because guess what? Asking for a review once, less than 5 people are going to actually do it. Ask them twice, have a follow-up, you're going to increase that percentage up to 20% or more. Put a system in place and you're going to get that up to 30, 40, 50%. So to be successful
with that system, how does it work exactly? Does it work with a CRM that brings those customers automatically, or do we got to enter that information as we go?
Yeah, so there's a couple of great ways you can do it. One, we give you an app that you can actually on site, on the job, you can send them an invite to do a review right to their phone. Or if you're doing the video review, you can literally record the video review right through the app and you're done there. We can also integrate into thousands of different CRMs so that when you close a job out, it automatically sends an invite to them. And then it's going to follow up with them if they don't complete a review to make sure that they do complete a review. And then if you don't even have a CRM, because we have some people that don't have a CRM, if they have a list of their customers, they can upload a list into the system and it will automatically do it that way. Or again, like I said, you can just type it in when you're on the job site before you leave the job site, and boom, send them the invite right to their phone. So there's plenty of ways to make sure it happens.
Is there a way that we could do like a little business card and a QR code, or a link on there also?
Yep, absolutely. So you can get it, like we give you a QR code as well. You put that on the business card, they just scan it and boom, they go right through that whole process with the follow-up and everything.
Do you cover Canada?
Yes, we are in 29 countries. So we cover Canada.
Awesome. I love this. I need to implement this as an improvement. Guys, if you're not asking for 5-star reviews, you are leaving money on the table. It is so important to get your 5-star reviews. And I've seen businesses. Actually, I talked to a guy that came to my class. He did well. He did almost 200 grand last year, and he has 9 reviews. And so it's like reviews are huge. I mean, reviews are so much that will drive business. Now, it's not the only thing that helps your Google My Business. In fact, it's kind of a small part of the Google My Business in there. It's not even a large part. It's not even like 50% of it goes to reviews. I think reviews is only like 15 to 20%, 25% for the placement of Google My Business. But it is so important that we're getting reviews. If you're not getting reviews, you're leaving money on the table. Because, and people will ask, how many reviews do I need? Well, one, you need more than any of your other competitors. Because then if you get more than any of your competitors, you can say, I'm the most reviewed in your area. And that goes a long ways in our sales process. That can help us out hugely of saying, hey, we are the most reviewed from Google in our area. And that can be huge. So that is definitely something that we need to look at.
And Jason, I'll throw something out there. Again, I know I talk about a lot of studies, but marketing really is understanding the human mind and then being able to get people to take action. And there was another study done on reviews and how important it is to have new reviews. Like you just said, how many reviews do I need? You need a lot of reviews, but you need to be consistently getting new reviews. This study was done and they took people between the ages of 25 to 45 and they studied them as far as what they thought of reviews. And what was interesting is that age group came back and said, if a review is older than 3 months, then it's really, they kind of just negate it and don't look at it. Because all that told them was that 3 months ago, your business was really, really good, but something changed because you haven't got any new reviews in the last 3 months. So it's really important to not only have a lot of reviews, but you need to be consistently getting new reviews for that generation. And that generation, 25 to 45, that's a lot of our target market, right? That we're trying to hit.
Awesome. Again, what's the promo code? If you go into the bottom, I think it's pressurewashhelp.com/Sotelus, or it's in the link in the description. And then if you type in King and the discount code, it'll knock off there. Again, thank you for coming on. If you all are looking to start a pressure washing business or want to get more, I also have my hands-on training. I'll have one coming up at the end of April where it is a hands-on in-person training here in the Cincinnati area. It's in Northern Kentucky. I actually just got my location the other day. We'll be at one of my buddy's shops here in Cincinnati. It's going to be a 2-day class. It'll be 1 day of hands-on. Yes, you get to use the pressure washer and learn the tips and tricks. And 2, the second day is all about marketing, because marketing is the most important part of growing a pressure washing business. And if you want to go check my online course out, you can go check it out at King of Pressure Wash and check it out. Thank you for coming on. I always ask 1 or 2 questions here. What are your favorite books for business? 1 to 2 business favorite books for business.
Oh, gall. Let's see. That's a good question. That's hard to narrow it down, I think. One of my favorite books is How to Win and Influence People, actually. That's a one that I think everybody should read. Another one that I love is actually Russell Brunson, if you're familiar with him, and ClickFunnels. He has written some amazing books on how to create marketing. And so he's got an entire series of 3 books that are really great on how to set up your marketing, how to prepare people to hear your message, and then convert them to your message. So I always recommend his books as well.
.com secrets, it's expert secrets, and
yes,
something else secrets.
What is it? I think it's Marketing Secrets.
Is
the newest of the 3.
All right. So, and then one last thing, what are some words of encouragement for our people here tonight?
All right. So if I could give you any words of encouragement, it would be just keep doing it. Like, that's the key. When it comes to being a small business owner, you're going to have hard days. You're going to have great days. You're going to have ups and downs in your business. Just keep pushing forward. Just keep working hard and listen to the right experts, and you will be successful. We have worked in the last 22 years, we have worked with experts in almost every single industry you can think of. And I can tell you, again, thousands and thousands of business owners all around the world, right? And I can tell you, our most successful business owners have an expert, a mentor that they are learning from, who has already been down the road. So that is the best thing you can do for your business. Listening to Jason is one of the best things you can do for your business. And I'm not kidding. I'm not just trying to pump you up, Jason. It's true. I've looked at thousands and thousands of businesses, and every single one that I'm like, man, they're crushing it. They're crushing it. They're crushing it. I talk to them, and I say, what are you doing? They're like, well, I have a mentor. I have an expert that I listen to. And instead of growing my business over 10 years, I did it in 2 years.
Awesome, dude. Well, thank you for coming on, and hang on here as we get off here tonight.